Hey everyone, this is day 65. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we're going to work on challenging and playing around with balance. This is important for virtually everyone, as we all need balance to go about our daily lives, to play sports, to pick things up off the floor. So whoever you are, whether you're young, old, athlete, non-athlete, balance is super important to incorporate into your movement routine or your exercise routine. Doing things that challenge your balance help you almost simulate where you are in space and really gather information through your feet and your ankles. Your feet and your ankles have a ton of these proprioceptors, which are basically receptors which tell your body or your brain where you are in space, which helps us navigate through our environment. So if you ever remember tripping but not falling forward, you kind of have that sort of reflex to catch yourself, hopefully. If you suffered an ankle sprain, either a new injury or an old injury, this is great for you to incorporate into your program. If you've had any sort of injury into your lower half of your body or even your lower back, these are great for you to work on and test out, try out to see where you lack your balance, and also in double leg or single leg. And the way we can challenge our balance is through a couple of ways. One is through our vision. So we can alter and change our vision by either closing our eyes or moving our vision through our environment. We can do it on double leg or single leg, bringing our legs close together versus further apart. And then we can challenge our balance being on one leg at a time. And then also we can change what we are standing on. So think about standing on a flat wooden floor versus standing on sand, how different that feels in our body and how our balance can change just with the surface of the environment. So we're going to play around with these things today and see how we do. Everything is based on your tolerance and your capabilities. So if I'm doing something that feels really difficult to you and you're unable to sustain it or do it in a way that feels comfortable yet challenging, if you know what I mean, you can skip it or go back to the other ones that are a little bit easier that you can still work on or modify it as needed. Alright, so we're going to come to a standing position. We'll have our feet apart first, arms at the side, and close your eyes. So that's our first challenge here, just closing the eyes as we stand on our 2 feet, hip width apart. We're just going to stay here and take a few breaths. And we're going to notice and pay close attention as to if you're finding yourself swaying forward to back or side to side. If you feel like you're putting more weight on one leg versus the other. If you feel how the knees and the hips are also responding to you closing your eyes. Are they a little bit more active and firing? So sometimes just closing our eyes will help us fire some muscles in the lower extremities. We're just gathering information here. Slowly open your eyes, and now bring the feet close together. So the heels are not completely flushed, but the knuckles of my 2 big toes are touching. And trying not to completely lock out my knees, so just to give you a side view, I'm not hanging back in my knee joints. They are straight, and my muscles are active of my legs, so they're hugging in towards my bones. I want to use my muscles when I'm doing this. And then again, you're going to close your eyes. Just taking notice of what you feel now. And of course, if it feels comfortable for you to be closer to a wall, be closer to a wall. Just notice how you sway either forward or back, side to side. Notice where you keep your weight in your feet. Is it in the heels? Is it in the outer edges, inner edges? And see if you can distribute that weight equally through your entire foot. And then slowly open up your eyes again. All right, now we're going to challenge our balance again by making our stance a little different. So now you're going to be heel toe. Both feet are going to be on the ground. And I'm going to have equal weight in the front foot and the back foot. And I'm already starting to sway. So option to leave your hands down or keep them on your hips, whatever feels more comfortable. And again, just taking note of how you feel with your eyes open. And then go ahead and close your eyes. But if you need to open them, if you feel like you're going to fall out of it, please open them. This is surprisingly hard. And then open up your eyes and we switch feet. Okay, so other foot in front, heel to toe. Before we close our eyes, distribute the weight equally on either foot. Trying not to hang back into your knee joints. And again, just take stock as to how this side feels. One side might be worse than the other. We don't know until you actually go ahead and do it. All right, so now again, slowly start to close your eyes. And again, if you need to open them, just like how I've been, please do so. Don't fall to the floor. And slowly come out of it. All right, switching feet again. Okay, this time we're going to keep our eyes open. We're actually going to do something a little bit easier. Maybe, we'll see. So we're going to change our field of vision. So I want you to look straight first. And now go ahead and turn your head to the right. Come back to the center. Turn your head to the left, observing your environment, looking at everything as your eyes and your head rotate. Good, and now we start to look up and then down. So now we're challenging our vision as well as our inner ear. So the three things that help with balance is your eyesight, your inner ear canals, and the proprioceptors, the receptors that lay, we're going to go right to left again, that lay in our inner ear, that lay in our ankles and our feet. And then we go up and down one more time. And then go ahead and switch sides. See how this side feels. Start looking straight. And then let's start with the left side first. So we go to the left. Then back to the center. We go to the right. So this side feels a little easier for me doing this. as soon as I said it. And now we look up and down. Good, and come out of it. All right, now we're going to start moving a little. So come to the back of your mat, or the spot where you're going to walk towards. And let's just start walking heel to toe. And I want you to look straight. So try not to look down at the floor. I want you to feel where your feet are in space. And the first few, you might have to kind of guesstimate until you get a hang of it. And then go ahead and turn around, doing the same thing. You can also use your peripheral vision. So your peripheral vision is the vision that you see out to the sides, but it also lays low, right? So even right now, even though I'm looking up, I can still see where the edge of my mat is. And I know that this is probably the edge, and now I'm going to turn around. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. This time we're going to change the position of our arms. So you're going to come into a prisoner's position with your hands interlaced behind your head and your elbows nice and open. We're going to do the same thing. Vision stays up, but you can use that peripheral vision. Good, and then we go one more time. Moving nice and slow. Giving your body a chance to understand where it is in space and to make the appropriate adjustments so that you can stay upright. Good, turning around. And now we do some high knees, some marching. So you're going to get a little bit of air time on one leg as you place the other leg down. So moving nice and slow. Taking small steps here. Your standing leg is the one, obviously, that's balancing. And I want you to keep it nice and straight. Turning around. We do it a couple more times. And then bring your arms down. Now, we're going to change the surface that we stand on. So you're going to take your mat, and if you're not using a mat right now, you can pause me and just grab a towel. So I'm going to take my mat and I'm going to fold it 3 or 4 times until I have about 5 layers stacked on top of each other. And then just flatten them out a little. Okay, so now this is our unstable surface. Obviously, it's not going to be as hard as if you're on carpet or on your wooden floor. And we're going to stand on the right leg first. And just taking stock as to how we feel standing on that one leg on an unstable surface. So by now, the bottoms of my feet and my lower legs feel like they were definitely working and warmed up just from doing a little bit of balancing. Okay, and then go ahead and switch sides, seeing how the other side feels. Good. And as you do this, we're going to go from the heel-toe position, same thing that we did in the beginning. Standing still. firming up the muscles around your bones and your joints. Equal weight on both legs. And we switch. Good. And now go ahead and straighten out your mat. We're going to do one more, shifting the weight into different parts of our feet. So we're going to do a few steps as we lift our heels up. And we're walking on the toes. I'm over-exaggerating my steps. So I'm lifting my toes up in the air and then pointing them. Lift and I point. Lift and I point. One more time. And again, I'm not looking down. Whoops. Looking straight. Good. And now we go sideways. This one's a little bit more difficult. So coming up, and again, I'm flexing my foot, pointing, stepping. That's why we saved this one for last, when our legs are nice and warmed up. Okay, so foot up, point, and step. Foot up, point, and step. When we go the other direction, you can stay up or take a break. Good. And then shake it out. All right. And same way we started. We're going to have our feet about hip width apart. Stand up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Trying not to lock those knee joints out. Just notice how it feels standing now versus at the beginning of the practice. Again, just taking inventory of how things feel. I definitely feel a lot more stable now. I feel like my feet and my legs are like firmly planted into the earth. And taking one more breath. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Bow your head down. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope this was some nice information for you to have in your body, to understand the right and left sides, to understand how vision plays a role in your body, how turning your head plays a role in your body, how different surfaces either challenge your balance or help your balance. And please be well. I will see you tomorrow.